you remember from your time with Bayard? Kind of seeing, obviously, what have you seen from him this year?
Yeah, very, very intelligent football player. Obviously, very talented too. I mean, you're not going to fool him at all. He does a really good job holding disguises, knowing where he needs to get to. Has a good idea, is able to anticipate routes and route concepts, and I think that's a big reason why he has 6 interceptions on the season, leading the league, and so he's a guy I got a ton of respect for.
How do they get so many interceptions? Are they do they gamble a lot, or do you see them just catching everything that's thrown?
Well, I tell you what, there's a couple of those that just are 50-50 balls that they've been able to come down with and make just really good plays on the ball. I think, when you talk about the safeties, their ability to get out the post, or whether they're playing a half or a post safety, and get over the top and steal some things. I know Bayard had one as a flat defender versus Minnesota where he just fell underneath the high cross. And then the corners have just been making Wright's been making some great interceptions down the field. He's obviously a really lengthy corner that's got tremendous ball skills, and he's also got an awareness to, you saw what he did on the tush push when he ripped it from Jalen. So I think all in all, I watched all the interceptions. Edmonds, I know he's not available this week, but, just making just great plays on the ball. So I think they're primarily a vision-based defense, so a lot of spot dropping, and those guys do a really good job of reacting to the quarterbacks.
Does that change anything for a quarterback at all when they're going against a defense that is so efficient at making plays on the football?
Oh yeah, I think it can give you a little bit of pause at times, but that's why I think when you talk about the timing and the rhythm and trusting your feet and what you see, and trusting, the receiver's going to run the route on the right number of steps, whatever it may be, so a guy can't jump a route. I think it's critical.
As Sean Ryan's gotten more snaps at center the last couple of weeks, what have you seen from him?
I just see his comfort level growing and growing and growing. I think he's done a good job with command. We've cleaned up some things. It's never going to be perfect. It never is for any player, but I do see the growth and development that we were hoping to see, and I think that'll continue to grow the more he gets in there.
Yesterday, Marshawn Lloyd mentioned Dr. Carr or someone, that he's leaned on through this. What has he meant, and what is he so good at for your organization?
Yeah, Doc Carr is a tremendous resource. I mean, we're one of, I think, 7 teams around the league that has somebody here full time, and I think that is a tremendous resource for our players. Obviously, his experience level and just his ability to connect with those guys and help those guys if they are having some issues.
Jordan was the your guys' Walter Payton nominee today.
Yeah.
So you've also seen what he's done on the field, but you've seen him behind the scenes for all these years. How's he grown just as a person?
I'm sure you guys can speak to this as well as I could in regards to just what you've seen from him. First of all, I think he's a tremendous human being. He was definitely raised the right way, and he's got a great support system with his family. But I also think just to watch his development from a young guy coming in here to the man he is today, it's really cool to be able to be a part of that journey and to watch him grow and to him embrace what it means to be a quarterback of the Green Bay Packers and what he does for the community and how he helps a lot of kids and just people in the community in general. So, it's been really cool to watch.
It's cold out today. It's going to be cold Sunday.
Is it cold?
Freaking awful.
Why are you in Green Bay, Bill? You're in the wrong place, man.
But I mean, you guys have a lot of experience with it. Just how hard is it to throw the ball, and how important are these practices to get ready for?
Yeah, I think it's critical. I mean, our ability to get outside and get on the grass, I think that's crucial. I think it's more of an advantage when the other team can't practice in it. So it's kind of like it's negligible this week. It doesn't really matter because Chicago's in the same environment. So, but I do think it's critical just in terms of because everything feels a little bit different, and so you got to get used to that.
You
You own this rivalry since you got here. Is there any takeaways from last January? Anything that you learned from being on the other side of it?
Yeah, you can never take it for granted, that's for sure. And you gotta, in the most critical moments, you gotta be at your best. And unfortunately, a year ago, myself, we weren't at our best.
You know, you talked about Jaden Reed yesterday, about what he brings, but what makes him the perfect candidate for all the motion and stuff that you guys do?
I think he's just got a really good feel for it and how everything times up and where he needs to be, and the skill set he possesses as well. Obviously, he's got great speed, but he's got good transition skills. And it's not like we don't do it when he's not available. I feel like we got a bunch of guys that can do that, but it's just kind of the role he's kind of carved out for himself, and he's owned it and done a hell of a job with it.
Is that like instinctual, the timing and everything?
Yeah, I think I think it definitely can be learned, but I think for some it comes a little bit more natural, and I think it comes pretty natural for him.
That's good.
Matt, after Christian tore his ACL, it took a couple weeks for him to have the surgery because of the swelling needing to go down. Was that also the case with Tucker? And did he have the surgery, and when did he have it?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the timeline. It was a few weeks ago, but no, I think every case is a little bit different, and I can't remember the specifics. It's more or less it's unfortunate you don't have them, and then they got to go get it done. So, but as far as the specifics, I couldn't tell you.
Now, we asked Carl Brooks a couple weeks ago just how his season's going, obviously flowing with the toe injury. He said that there was just a lot of room to improve. He felt like he wasn't playing at his best. Obviously, then you go out and you don't have the opportunity and the reps to get better. But how have you seen him throughout this process, now knowing with Devontae being out and he'll have to be more of a force?
Yeah, I think Carl is hard on himself, which is a great quality to have. I think most great players that I've ever been around are critical of themselves and always think that there's room for improvement. That keeps you going. And the work he puts in, you see it on a daily basis, whether he can physically do it or he's just mentally locked in. And we're going to need him to play big down the stretch.
You touched on the confidence that you need to have in guys like that. What is it about him, even though maybe the reps haven't been there as much, because with TJ and Kenny last year, that gives you the confidence that he can stay?
Well, we've seen him do it. So anytime that we've seen somebody do something and know what they're capable of doing, that gives you a lot of confidence that they're going to be able to go out there and do that.
What do you know about Jordan Riley and what he can do?
Yeah, I met him yesterday.
Big man.
He is a big man. He's a big man. That was evident. He's got a good energy about himself. Just in my interactions with him, I thought he went out there and he did a pretty good job yesterday. Obviously, he's had some years of experience under his belt, so I think the learning curve will be a little bit quicker for him. But I know he's meeting extra with our D-line coaches, and hopefully we can get him up to speed in case we need him.